Dad, did you finish work? I was going to make some omelet for dinner, but we are out of ketchup. Yeah, I was just about to leave. I forgot I had a committee meeting, so I have to work on a few things and then I'll be home. Would it be okay to have dinner after that? Sure, you want me to cook? No, I'll cook, it's okay. I want to make omelet. I don't have school tomorrow, so it's no problem. Can you pick up ketchup on your way home? Of course I can, but is my cooking that bad? Well, the last time you made omelet, it turned out to be a poached egg, right? Right. Oh, by the way, there's the movie you've been wanted to see on TV tonight. Oh, the one I have been dying to see? Let's finish everything and watch it together before we go to bed. I'll make sure I'll record it just in case.
Hey Sean, remember me? You didn't block me, did you? Are you getting this?
What? Who is this?
Have you forgotten already? That's cold. But I understand since I haven't seen you for 7 years. This is your mother.
You're kidding, right? There's no way she'd contact me now. Are you really my mother?
I tried calling home, but there was no answer. I remembered I had your old cell phone from elementary school. So I just looked at the phone book to get your contact. I hope Heather is doing well too.
You've got to be kidding me. What do you want now?
What? Is it so weird for a mother to worry about her son and daughter? She was 3 years old when I left, right? She wasn't even talking yet. But she has grown, hasn't she? I mean, she was more like Daddy, but she must look like me by now, doesn't she?
Seriously, you've got to be kidding me. Do you have any idea how we felt when you saw you left?
What? Well, it's true that it was a hassle to leave when your dad was around, so I left when he was at work. And you were in elementary school, and I only said bye-bye to you.
You're still with that guy from back then, aren't you? You're not my mother. You should be ashamed of yourself for leaving us like that. You are a disgrace to this family. Don't contact me. I don't have time for you.
I know you're busy right now. Your father had an accident and went to heaven.
What?
It's sad, isn't it? But you know what? Someday we'll all go to heaven, and you will have eternal rest. That's why there's nothing to be sad about.
I didn't know you had that kind of faith. And yet you had an affair.
I heard through a friend that the funeral is the day after tomorrow, so I texted you. I thought I'd go to the funeral. It's too much for just you and Heather to take care of the funeral, right?
Are you kidding me? Don't come. I don't need your help. I'll take care of everything.
Really? I thought I'd be nice to you. And you're turning down my generous offer. What a sad little boy you've grown up to be. I wonder how he raised you. You're my son, so you should act like it.
Seriously, you're a joke. You've done nothing for us your whole life. And you're gonna talk bad things about my dad? What kind of nerve do you have?
Well, then good luck with the funeral. I'm going to the funeral anyway. I have to go get my money and my inheritance.
Huh? What's that? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the inheritance from your father. And the title to the land and house where you live now. I'm supposed to get it when he's gone.
What? You're going to get it?
That's right. Your father promised me. He promised me that if he goes to heaven first, I will get the house and all the money. That's why I'm going to get it just like he promised. I'm going to get all of his inheritance. So after the funeral, the house will be mine too. I'll move in with my new husband. You guys have to leave.
Huh? What do you mean we have to leave?
Isn't it obvious? My husband doesn't want me to live with my ex-husband's children. I'm already divorced, so I'm not obligated to support you. I have no choice but to ask you to leave.
No, seriously. Don't be silly. You left 7 years ago and now you want us to leave? And you're going to get all the inheritance?
That's the way it is. The distribution of inheritance is governed by the will of your father. I don't care what you say. He said he's going to give it all to me. The money, the house, everything. If you want to hate me, hate your dad who said he'd give it all to me.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't care about me, but Heather is only 9 years old. If we both get kicked out, what are we going to do? Where are we going to live?
I don't care anything about that. I don't have custody of you. I don't have any obligation to take care of you. Why don't you just go to an institution or something?
You've got to be kidding. How little sense of responsibility do you have? Why did you even give birth to us?
Because your daddy wanted to have children, that's all. Now pack your things so you can leave as soon as the funeral's over. Make sure you pack your things well. Bye-bye, handsome.
Sorry to contact you at this late hour of the night. If this is Sean's account, I have something important to tell you, and I need you to reply. I know your father, and I am sending you a picture as proof. Who is this? This picture is from my elementary school graduation, right? I'm tired today. I don't want any more trouble. Hold on a second, will you? My name is Nathan. I'm your grandfather. My grandfather? You mean my father's father? Yes, that's right. Nice to talk to you, Sean. I'm so sorry for your loss. I didn't get a chance to contact you until this happened. Your father gave me your contact some time ago, but I couldn't text you. And I ended up leaving it until now. No, wait a minute. I don't like it when you suddenly text me like this. Seriously, you're my grandfather? I was told that neither of my parents have any relatives. That's right. You're right to be skeptical. I've never met you since you were born. I opposed your parents' marriage. After a big fight with your father, I sort of kicked him out of my family. We've been almost completely separated. I didn't know that. When you were born, he contacted me with pictures, but I didn't return his calls. But he still contacted me regularly, but I never returned them. He was always seemed to be fine, so I just assumed it would happen eventually. I'm ashamed to admit that I just found out today that he was even divorced. I'm really sorry I couldn't help you at a critical time. No, that's okay. It's not your fault that they're divorced. Don't worry about it. Besides, the three of us were always laughing and having a good time, so... Thank you for saying that, Sean. So, I was wondering if we could talk about the future. Will you make me your guardian? What? Since your father is gone and you are still underage, you'll have a hard time living and go to school without a guardian. I think it would be better if I could stay as close to your life as possible. Because as it is, and even if you have a house, it would be difficult to live just you and Heather. Well, it's true that I was wondering what I would do. Right? Children can't just live on your own. I was wondering if you would be willing to let me and my wife to be your guardians. You know, in situations where you need a guardian or a guarantor and of course financial assistance. What? Are you sure? Of course. I want to help you because I couldn't do anything for you until now. This is my own atonement, and I'd be very grateful if you guys would let us. We're willing to do whatever it helps. Well, thank you, but is it possible for Heather to live at your house? And if possible, I'd like you to be my guarantor to rent an apartment. What? What do you mean? What about the house you live in now? You probably don't have to pay the mortgage, right? You don't have to leave your house. Actually, I got a text from my mom today. Apparently, Dad promised her that she'd get his inheritance when he's gone. So she told me and Heather to move out of the house. Are you serious? She said she's going to live with her new husband. She said we should go to an institution or something. I honestly don't know what to do. That woman is still a jerk, even at her age. Oh, I'm sorry. She's your mother. No, I'm afraid that's exactly what I think about her, too. She should be ashamed of herself to send her own children away. She's not even entitled to get your father's inheritance. I looked it up on the internet, and it seems like she's not entitled to it, right? Right, she's not. She seems so sure of herself. So, if I could rely on you, I want to ask you to take care of Heather. I'll drop out of high school, rent an apartment and work, and I want Heather to go to college. You don't have to, don't worry. You guys don't have to be separated, and you don't have to quit school. Really? I really don't want to be apart from Heather either. I was fed up with school every day, but it makes me sad if I think about I have to drop out, and I wouldn't be able to see my friends anymore. I understand your feelings, I've already caused your father a lot of pain by kicking him out. And I can't forgive her for saying such unbelievable things. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about anything. You did your best. Thanks, Grandpa. I'll make sure I keep you both together. That's the only way I can be forgiven by my son and myself.
Hey, I'll be there around 1 p.m. today. Have you made arrangements to move out, or do you live there? I thought you'd call me, but you didn't. I dare you to do it yourself, but you're just a kid after all. Hey, are you ignoring me? Are you trying to go against me? Poor little child. Hey, let me in the house. How long are you going to ignore me? Don't you want to know when the moving date is due? Or are you already gone?
Hello, Amanda. I'm the one who put someone in front of the entrance to not let you through. You're nothing but a thief.
Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, you're not Sean, are you? Who are you?
It's been a long time. I wish I'd worked harder to stop you and my son from getting married. I'm Nathan, Rick's father. Do you remember me?
Huh? Don't tell me you're that hard-headed guy. That's Sean's cell phone, isn't it? Why do you have it? You're the one who screwed up my plan, remember? How could I forget?
I have Sean's phone on me right now. I'll answer it for you. It's the security guard at the door. He's from the company I'm the chairman of, and he's here to help us. It seems some shameless person is trying to deceive my grandson.
Huh? It's none of your business. This is about me and my children. Can you just not get involved in this?
Of course it's my business. He's my grandson. You're trying to deceive him and get the money and the house. What kind of nerve do you have?
Huh? I didn't deceive him. It's just that the wife gets her husband's inheritance. What's wrong with that?
You're already divorced.
I'm just asking to get the present Rick promised to give me long time ago.
What right do you have as a non-spouse? Unless there is a will, only Sean and Heather can inherit. You, the ex-wife, have no right. Why don't you go ask your lawyer?
Oh my God! Rick promised me to give me everything. That's a fine will, isn't it? The house and the inheritance are mine. When we got married in the first place, you were against it, and you wouldn't allow us to get married. That's why we're in this mess.
Huh?
I wouldn't have run off with another man if he was the heir to a big company. Well, I didn't think it was a good idea to marry him either, when he was going to be the next president of a big company. But he had to give up to be the next president. I guess he thought he was attractive without it.
Enough. You are definitely not going to get his inheritance, not even a penny.
I told you I have my right. Give it to me already.
Then show me proof that he promised you that.
What?
The will, the letters, the voice recorder. Show them if you have them.
What? No, that was in a love letter. He wrote that he would give me anything if I go out with him before Christmas. Now the whole inheritance is mine. This house will be mine and my young husband's. Well, the letter was so gross, so I tore it up and threw it away.
Oh, so you're going to keep it all to yourself because he promised, without the letter? Can you say the same thing in court?
What?
Well, if you don't change your mind, we'll have no choice but to file a claim for reduction of the estate and go to court. I have no proof, but I made a verbal promise before the divorce that I would get my inheritance. So I'm going to keep my inheritance and my house to myself, and I'm going to kick my kids out of here. That's what you're going to say in front of the judge. I have a lot of contacts with lawyers.
You're going to court? How far are you going to get involved in this? I told you not to get involved.
I'm Sean and Heather's grandfather, so I'm not a stranger. You're the one who divorced Rick and gave up custody, so you're a stranger. If you insist any longer, I'll sue you. It's better for you to run away while you can.
No, I don't want to hear that nonsense. We are going to stay in this house. We've already sold our old house, too. My stuff is in storage. I'm in a hotel. I quit my job because of my inheritance. I've spent almost all of my money. I can't go home even if you ask me to.
It doesn't matter what I say. I'm sure you'll find a way to survive.
Well, can't you at least pay for the move and the first month's rent? You have money, don't you?
Don't talk to me like that. You're making me sick. You really are an insane woman. We're all busy with the funeral today. I'd like to send him away peacefully. We can't afford to have a non-family member stay here.
I'm just a regular morning guest. Please let me stay.
Rick's funeral will be a family affair. Anyone who is not a member of the family, please leave. Oh, I think it's time for me to go, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh no! Please wait. Don't kick me out.
My mother really wanted to get us out. She didn't have a place to move to. She was making so much noise in front of the house, so Grandpa called the police and they took her away. I was glad it was quiet by the time of the funeral. She contacted me several times after the next day, but Grandpa blocked all of them, so I never heard from her again. After that, I heard she had a fight with her husband because she didn't get her inheritance. He stole all of Mom's money and took off. To be honest, I felt happy when I thought she would be unhappy. She went after him, and now I don't know her whereabouts. I just hope she won't cause us any more trouble. I wonder what my father thought was so good about her. Grandpa says she used to be a very beautiful woman. And my father, knowing her character, was concerned about her. Apparently, he made a new will every year on his birthday. Sometime after my father's funeral, the lawyer who was in charge of the case contacted me and found out about it. I felt that my father, who was a single parent, had really taken good care of us. And in the will, there was a note about Grandpa. It says Grandpa was a difficult man, but he cared about his son. He told us to contact him if we ever needed anything, and our lives took a big turn. It was a very loving environment. After the funeral, Heather and I continued to live in our original house under the guardianship of Grandpa and Grandma. We were both allowed to go to school as before. In addition, Grandpa hired a maid to take care of our housework every day, and we are living more comfortably than before. Both Heather and I have been able to spend our lives without any difficulties.
Hey Alice, it's been a while. Would you happen to be free tomorrow night? If you are, want to go eat dinner with me?
What?
It's been a while since we last saw each other and I kind of want to see you again. We could go eat at a nice steakhouse. Or maybe you'd prefer some sushi.
Why would I even agree to eat dinner with you? You must be really bored to invite the ex-girlfriend you canceled marrying.
Are you still mad about that?
I will continue to hate you for as long as I live. I get proposed to only to discover I've been cheated on by none other than my best friend. You moved on to start a relationship with Lisa and have the nerve to invite me for dinner plans? How much further are you gonna mess with me?
I'm not trying to do anything like that, I swear. Besides, me and Lisa aren't even married. If anything, I'm thinking of cancelling that wedding too.
What? I thought you guys got married after you left me.
That was the plan, but a few issues came up that's making it pretty hard. I mean, my parents aren't really approving of the relationship. It's a bit awkward to tell my friends that I cancelled a wedding and ran away to be with that person's best friend. So I was going to wait until the timing was right and then marry her.
Yeah, but it's been 3 years already. I'd say it's been long enough wait for you guys.
Which is what I thought as well. So I was preparing as well, but Lisa has been acting a bit off recently. This is just a theory, but it's almost like she found a different man.
You're kidding.
Look, it's just a theory, but I'm convinced she's cheating. She likely got tired of me and started putting all her focus on a different man.
Getting cheated on by the woman you cheated with? That woman is never gonna change, but it seems like you got the karma you deserve.
I can't even say anything to defend myself there. I'd confront Lisa about the whole cheating thing, but I don't have any other proof. Pretty sure our relationship will be over soon anyways. But it was at the point of all those thoughts that you came to mind, Alice.
Huh?
After getting cheated on as well, I finally understand how you felt back then. How much it hurt you. And how important you were and still are to me. It's in bad taste, I'm aware, but I was wondering if you'd like to start dating again, with the purpose of eventually getting married. This time I promise, no break in your heart. I'll always keep you happy.
Stop trying to pretend that everything's alright, you idiot. Finally realize how great I was to you? Promise to keep me happy if I go out with you again? You're only saying all of this because you're about to be replaced and are so desperately hoping to find someone to cling on to. I'm not really fond of picking up someone's leftovers.
Calm down, please. I know that it might seem that way, but I truly do love you still, so please think about the positives of this. I mean, you're going to be turning 30 soon. Probably want to get married already, right? Since we both don't have anybody, we should get married with each other.
I already am married, though.
What?
I got married a while ago. A year after you left me, in fact. I married a friend of a friend.
What? You can't be serious. You moved on and got married already. Not to mention a year after we parted.
Exactly. So if you could do me a favor and never contact me again, that would be great. I am happily married to the love of my life. Long time no see. I was happy to see you today. Glad to see you're doing great. I didn't even want to see you today. I heard that you were going to be absent, which is why I decided to go. But unfortunately, you were there, and that ruined the entire excitement I had towards the party. I actually wasn't planning on going, but then I heard you were going to attend, so I decided to go as well. I really wanted to see you again. Huh? Me? But you wouldn't even look my way the entire time. I had something really important to talk to you about, and yet you managed to avoid me entirely. The news would have definitely made you happy. How unfortunate. I don't even want to talk to you in the slightest. Even now, I'm barely just tolerating messaging you. So, what did you desperately want to tell me? It's why you went as far to text me, right? Well, you see, I was planning on giving Liam back to you. So you can go ahead and go right back to the wedding plans you guys made all those years ago. What did you just say? Even though I couldn't speak to you at the party, I did manage to sneak a look at your hand. You had no ring on your finger, which means you're still single, right? I mean, it's you we're talking about. I figured you would take him back. What? This has to be wonderful news for you. To be able to get back to your precious Liam. I, on the other hand, am getting married to a different man. So you have fun with Liam, okay? Hang on, Lisa. Marry another man? You were seeing somebody else? Liam doesn't know, but I have a doctor boyfriend. He's so direct too. It seems like he wants to marry me soon. So I really need to get Liam off my hands. Okay, so then just end things with him. I don't need a man like him either. What? Here I am, being generous enough to give him back to you, and he won't accept? Oh no, poor Liam. Huh? Come on, think about what he'd feel. He left you and well not a chance to get married with me. But then I find a way better man to move on to. His pride will be in shambles. That's where you come in and lift him up. Don't be ridiculous. Why do I have to pick up after your trash? Besides, I am already married. I am happily married to the love of my life, which means I have no reason to be even near that man anymore. What? You? Married? With what ring? I know you want to act all tough, but there is no need to make up such a horrible lie. I'm not lying though. I have my reasons for not wearing my ring. What reason could you possibly have? Just because I'm about to get married doesn't mean you need to try and look better. You're just a loser with no boyfriend. You're just jealous that I managed to snag a dreamy doctor boyfriend. Lying about your love life will only make you miserable. Even if you were telling the truth, he probably can't even compare to my boyfriend. I mean, he's a doctor. How amazing. It helps that we work together as well. He's always so nice to me. No matter who's around, he isn't afraid to confess his undying love to me. Oh, really? Love formed at work, huh? Whenever he has to go out, he always buys gifts just for me. And we have to work overtime, he always buys me coffee. What do you think? Aren't I so loved? Wait, is that it? Uh-huh. Well, I mean, all of these encounters to you mentioned are so average. I expected that he buys you brand name bags, or maybe he takes you out to such extravagant places. That's what I expected to hear you from your bragging. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean you should try and act all high and mighty. Doctors are way more busy than you can ever imagine. So even though he can't take me on dates, he shows me love at work. Just at work, you say. Plus, I still am with Liam. With that in mind, he is being careful with any presents or dates. Why can't you understand his kindness towards me? Oh, wow, your doctor boyfriend is aware of Liam's presence as well? I haven't really mentioned it, but he's so smart. He apparently found out about Liam from somebody. He's mature enough not to ask any questions. Yeah, sounds like it. Exactly. Well, what can you expect from a doctor working at such a huge hospital? A Harvard graduate working at a famous Mayo Clinic. I don't expect anything less. Wait, your boyfriend works at Mayo Clinic? Yep, amazing, right? An amazing doctor working at a famous hospital. If you look up the name Dr. James, you'll see so much things about him. Dr. James? Oh, haven't you perhaps heard of him? Well, I guess that can't be helped. He's always on TV with his amazing face. It makes sense that he would really be well known outside the hospital. He really is a boyfriend worth bragging about. So I really want to hurry up and marry him. Make sure to take care of that trash, okay? You remaining single losers have fun getting married. I'm moving on to a doctor, so you can have him back. That's funny, because that's my husband. What? That's my line. What is this? What is going on here? I am so confused. The only thing I can do is laugh. What? Dr. James is my boyfriend. There is no way he's your husband. Well, even if you say that, he is still my husband. He takes great care of me. The fancy wedding ring he gave me was as he says. I put my entire thought into this. In fact, it's so expensive I couldn't dare to wear it in a place such as a reunion party. That's why I wasn't wearing my ring today. But I really didn't think that it would lead to being involved with such a messy situation. If anything, my husband is practically shaking in fear next to me. He's claiming to have never dated such a crazy girl like you. Wait. He's next to you? The Dr. James is really sitting next to you. Well, yeah, we're married, duh. He's been right next to me the entire time. He does admit that you guys work together, but claims to have never been with you. All those gifts and coffee were all a misunderstanding. He's terrified at the thought of being misunderstood of dating you. What? Apparently, the gifts he handed over to you were him telling you to share with everyone else at the hospital. He has never bought a gift specifically for you, Lisa. You just always happened to be nearby, so he always had you doing it. You're kidding! Those weren't meant for me? I was convinced that those were specifically for me. I ate them all myself. The coffee was a misunderstanding too. Sure, he only bought you coffee, but that's just because everyone else prefers hot chocolate. What? Yeah, you get coffee, but everybody else got something as well. This has to be a joke. He only gave it to me. I thought I was special. That was all a lie? Even though everybody else isn't fond of me, Dr. James was. He was always so nice to me, so I thought he liked me. Wait, you're alone at work? Rumors of me hoarding started to go around. Plus, the workplace is filled with other women, so I'm not really great at those. That's why I'm always alone and standing out. But even though all that, Dr. James was the only one that was nice to me. That's because he's so disconnected that he isn't even aware of the rumors circling around. Apparently, he didn't even notice that you're the black sheep of that place. What? But to see this clueless man so terrified to the point of shaking, he says he will be reporting you to the higher-ups first thing. Something about not being able to work with somebody who is imagining a romantic relationship with him. No way! To think I could have moved on from Liam. How unfortunate. Here's an idea. How about marrying Liam? Well, it was nice talking to you. Bye.
Alice, guess what? Finally ended things with Lisa. I was the one to break her heart.
So, you ended up ending things with her in the end, huh?
I just couldn't stand the idea of being cheated on. So I decided to just end things with her. Well, I do feel a bit better. There is still an overwhelming feeling of sadness and loneliness there as well. Being cheated on hurts this much. I learned my lesson for real this time.
You really did learn, huh? Well, I'm glad you did, but I have no thoughts about forgiving you.
I get it already. I have no hopes in you forgiving me anyways. But I promise, this will be the last time I contact you ever again. I only contacted you to announce my breakup and talk about the fees of the cancelled wedding.
The fees? I already accepted that, though.
If you don't mind, could I pay a bit more now?
What?
You see, when I broke up with you, I paid you 1,500, right? I claim that I couldn't afford to pay more than that.
Yeah, I remember that. And even then, you were hesitant to hand me it.
Well, I learned that 1,500 is nowhere near enough for the pain I caused, so I just transferred an additional 15,000 that I'd saved up to your account.
15,000?
I just wanted to show how much I regret my actions towards you. I know that it's been years, and that money was something I was happily saving up, but please, accept it.
If that's what you want, then I'll happily accept it, but to think that you felt this bad about the situation?
Now on, I'm going to live a bit more seriously. Well, anyways, good luck out there. I hope you have a very happy life with your husband.
What do I do, Alice? Liam found out about me cheating. I mean, it wasn't really cheating, considering the whole misunderstanding. But Liam still dumped me. He says he refuses to marry me. Yeah, so I've heard. He messaged me earlier about it. The pain and loneliness of having to break up with a lover, he seemed to finally understand. I can't believe this is happening to me. I had already planned to be married by 30, but my relationship with Dr. James was a misunderstanding, and even Liam dumped me. Why did all the men around me disappear so suddenly? I'm sure you'll be fine. I mean, you're good at getting the attention of men, right? I'm sure you'll find someone and get married soon. What's up with your nonchalant attitude? You looking down on me just because you're already married pisses me off so much. Just because you have an amazing doctor as your husband doesn't mean anything. I swear I'll find a man way better than your husband. I have the ability to do that. You couldn't possibly be thinking of going for your patients, right? Huh? You see, as mentioned, my husband immediately reported you to the higher-ups, and that's where talks of your little unethical actions started to come up as well. Using your position at the hospital and getting personal information on your patients, getting their phone numbers, and once they get discharged from the hospital, you message them personally. What? How did people find out about this? A patient who didn't quite like the stunt you pulled and reported it. With that, it was immediately decided that you are fired. I'm sure once you clock in your next shift, you'll be handed a notice. How could this happen? That was my place to work and search for potential partners. But I still have another trick up my sleeve. I exchanged numbers with some of the guys at the reunion party yesterday. I'm glad I got it for a just-in-case situation like this. You're definitely blocked by all of them. What? Everybody knows that you took Liam from me. Really? People at your job know as well. The news spread rather quickly within our town, and I didn't have to say anything. You didn't notice how tense things were when you arrived at the party? No, I did not notice at all. Just like how you say you want to be married by 30, everybody else has the same plan as well. Which means that people are going to be more wary of potential partners. I get it if we were still students, but that isn't something to be doing at that age. I don't want to be involved with something like that, is what they were saying before blocking you. How horrible! I have to say, everyone really matured, don't you think? To avoid being anything but troublesome, they quickly and efficiently solved the problem. The only one who isn't matured is you. You should really hurry and grow up, Lisa. Good luck finding somebody who will marry you. After all that, Lisa had lost her friends and her job. Even being turned away by her parents after telling her that a daughter who doesn't know any humility isn't mine. She apparently has been going to many speed dating venues as of late. But every time, there's always somebody she knows that is always telling the others about what she has done in the past. Any venue she goes to always ends up badly for her. As for Liam, he moved to a town where nobody knows him and has been working hard starting at square one. I have no plans to ever forgive him, but it's nice that he has learned his lesson. I hope he continues to try his best.